everybody. We've just had a kind of a record turnout for our summit this year, which is indicative of the kind of momentum we're getting. We actually had 1,500 people register for the summit from 117 countries. So that's well over half of the geography in this planet. Over 650 of those were from our current membership. And that's absolutely fantastic, because that's showing the depth that we're getting in terms of buy-in inside the organizations that are our members. And we need to get that deep, because taking a strategic approach to the female economy really requires that it's part of each organization's DNA to make it permanent. The other half of the people that showed up were from prospect members, and that's from the banks, fintechs, telcos, insurance companies, asset management companies, and of course those big B2B players that we call our platform players. These are organizations that work across the financial services sector, providing services, for instance, like Swift, that became a member this year. And getting those to become members of ours is really important, because they're such good actors in terms of distributing the know-how that we're creating in the Alliance, spreading the news, and welcoming more to come along and take a look and to see if they'd be interested in joining the Alliance. So if you are interested in joining the Alliance, please go online to our website, where you'll find an application form, and we can see whether you qualify for membership of this very nice international peer learning organization. So what did we learn in the last couple of days? Well, I think first of all, we learned that the women's market has endless possibilities in terms of business development, whether that is further penetrating the market in terms of digital financial services, whether it's through developing new products and services, whether it's new segments like Gen Z or women of wealth. Really, the possibilities are endless. I think we also learned that becoming the employer of choice for women means becoming the employer of choice overall. And I hope today in particular, we whetted your appetite about including justice and equity into our minds about what kind of organizations we all want to work for, what kind of world we want to see, and how we can build a more sustainable future. I also think we learned a bit about what true leadership looks like. Leaders that are galvanizing their companies, their countries, disrupting industries, and doing so with empathy, authenticity, and purpose. And I think we learned what it takes for all of us each and every day to make this kind of change happen and to really build an inclusive financial services sector. The summit ended up being just 9 hours of live programming, but it did take a lot of work and creativity to make it happen. And I'd like to thank the Alliance team for their energy, talent, and commitment to make the summit happen. First of all, special thanks to Rebecca Ruff, our Executive Vice President of Programs. Rebecca is the leader inside the organization in terms of all our programmatic work. She's also a part-time CFO. We don't actually have a CFO, but Rebecca stands in as that role. And like any small business, we all have many hats. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for all your work. To Carol Killian, who is our Director of Marketing and New Business Development. She's also our MC for this event. Carol, thank you so much for your energy and enthusiasm and smarts. To Karine Fursan, who's our Manager of Peer Learning and Communications. Karine led the entire hackathon and the process, and I have to say we are very proud of what we've managed to do through that hackathon over the last couple of years. Really positioned the organization in the fintech community, and really us walking the talk and delivering for the fintechs. And last but not least, to Tessa Rubin, who's our Senior Associate for Knowledge Products and Communications. Really, thank you so much, Tessa, for your excellent work. And Tessa played a heavy hand in producing our case study as well as our fintech research. So thank you, Tessa. And also, while in the front of the house, you've seen a highly professionally executed TV show, in the back of the house, we've had an extraordinary team for FIRST. So I'd like to thank everybody on the FIRST team. I think you can see them all now on camera. Most of them are wearing masks, and that's because in Singapore, you can't be in an office without wearing a mask at the moment. So thank you all from the team at FIRST. Thank you, of course, to MasterCard for being such a generous host of the summit, and to HSBC for being our platinum sponsor. Both organizations are members of the Alliance, and both have an amazing team of professionals, many of whom spoke during the summit. Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure to have you, and thank you for being our members. A special thanks, of course, to our board of directors that's made up principally of members, but also our strategic partners, and to our chair, Anne Cairns, whose day job as executive vice chairman of MasterCard, but night job, she has many roles to build a sector, and she's chair also not only of ourselves, but of the 30% Club and other organizations as well. She's an extraordinary leader and a great friend. Thank you also to the 97 speakers for your time and energy, and for preparing for our event and showing up so enthusiastically and sharing your insight. Next year, we very much hope to convene the summit in person, and that will depend, of course, as we all know, on how the pandemic is playing out, but we hope very much we will see you, because really, we miss you, and we'd love to be able to actually meet in person. But in the meantime, I do encourage you all to go onto the networking platform called Jublia, which is a networking app that we have just for the summit. It will be live for the next 4 weeks, so you can make your connections now and then take it forward through your own normal methods of communication on WhatsApp and email. But we do encourage you. It really is a who's who of who is interested in the female economy and serving it better. So I encourage you to do that. And thank you all, our audience. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for participating, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you.